Okay, continue. Oh shoot, I need to Alt-Tab back into the game. There we go. Yeah, fortunately, the advantage of Borderless Winter mode is that it works well with Alt-Tab. The disadvantage is that...
Half a month after the incident at Corellia Fortress, a sense of lingering unease still hung over the Empire.
The disadvantage is that it won't work very well with G-Sync.
The government increased patrols by the Railway Military Police as part of their counter-terrorism measures, while the Noble faction bolstered their provincial armies. There were even rumors that it hired several Jaeger Corps. At the center of everything was the Imperial Liberation Front. They had allied with a terrorist group from the Republic of Calvert to attack the trade conference in Crossbell. And as we'd seen firsthand, had attacked Corellia Fortress in an attempt to fire the 2 railway guns stationed there.
That means the other group had to have been able to beat Vulcan somehow.
He'd made it abundantly clear that they were no mere insurgents. These were dangerous people we were dealing with. And following their attempts to target Chancellor Osborne and the Reformist faction, rumors started to spread of a possible connection between the Imperial Liberation Front and the Noble faction itself. Meanwhile, new information was filtering in from Crossbell that surprised us all. During the conference, one of the representatives of Crossbell's state government made the daring declaration that Crossbell would soon declare its independence, breaking free from its neighbors Calvert and Erebonia.
Oh man, but will a city alone be able to stand up against 2 countries?
To no one's surprise, both the Imperial government and the Noble faction dismissed it as nothing more than delusional raving. But one thing was clear: that declaration only served to increase the tension in Erebonia and across the continent.
Oh, there's Celine. So I'm sure there's gonna be another pop quiz question coming up.
On a cool, clear autumn day,
Or not.
the Academy's prestigious board of directors gathered for their first meeting of the year.
Hey, it's Mueller! Oh man. Is he gonna be voiced?
And that concludes my biannual report.
Good, good. It seems the Academy is running like a well-oiled machine. No administrative issues to speak of. Student performance is sitting comfortably above the national average on exams and on general aptitude tests, too.
Thanks to Reen's insane studying during that one segment.
The second-year students seem to be having a banner year as well. The Student Council President, in particular, has built up an outstanding array of extracurricular achievements.
Well, she attended last month's trade conference, and from what I hear, she put the professional secretaries to shame. I only wish the conference could have ended on a more positive note.
I'll say, the share prices of my company have been on a real roller coaster ride ever since.
All she can think about is monies.
Undoubtedly, what happened at the trade conference has wreaked havoc on the economy as a whole. But moving on. I couldn't help but notice in the recent exam reports that Class 1 and 2's academic performance seems to be slipping.
What? Really?
Perhaps the preferential treatment given to the upper class students is hindering their scholastic development?
But Patrick himself actually did pretty well. He'll always score higher than the player no matter how hard they try.
Well, students belonging to the nobility are allowed to return home during August to learn more about their family's lands. It's a tradition here, but one I can't help but wonder if we've outgrown the need for in this modern age.
Maybe we should give them summer home. Maybe we should give them assignments over the vacation. just some worksheets or something.
If I may, traditions accumulate and hold meaning only so long as they're preserved. Our nation's culture, its arts, its social classes, all are rich with tradition that makes Erebonia what it is, and I believe we have a duty to protect and uphold them. After all, does not this very institution champion the ideals of its founder, Emperor Drygles?
Indeed it does. Though I've always understood Drygles' intent to be the founding of an academy for the people. Even 200 years ago, when education was seen as the province of the nobility, male commoners were permitted to enroll. Today, we have plenty of young women attending, and the commoners easily outnumber the nobles on campus. Perhaps it's time we started taking strides to realize Emperor Drygles' true ideal.
You seem to be laboring under a few misconceptions here. Commoners were permitted to attend, but only as retainers. Retainers served knights, who served lords, who served the emperor. That's the way the Erebonian society functioned. From that vantage, the structure of the academy in its earlier days certainly seems to have embodied that social order. And if that's so, what is there to suggest that it's not the social order itself that has become the aberration?
Well,
For one, if that were the case, it would be far easier for me to see my views put into practice. But I can hardly get a word in edgewise between you two. Well, I'd certainly enjoy a return to the way things were in Drygles' time, at least in that particular respect.
Our apologies, Your Highness.
well, our role here is to consider your views and work toward implementing them.
See what I mean? Would you be so kind as to help me out here, Principal?
I'm here to moderate this board. It wouldn't do for me to express my position on the issues at hand. That said, I'm sure your passion for reform will triumph in the end, Your Highness.
I suppose I should have known better than to look to my old teacher for sympathy.
It warms my heart to see such a fine teacher-student relationship.
Now, if I may, I'd like to steer this discussion toward a rather timely topic. We've already touched on the issues regarding the Orbal Net and the Orbal Staves, but I'd like to stress again that the adoption of new security measures for the Orbal Net should be a top priority.
Yeah, it really sucked how they just spoofed that message to the engineers and hacked a lot of Crossbell's net. Really need to start... can't let those Russian hackers get the best of us. I mean, Ouroboros hackers.
Well, I'm certainly inclined to agree. Though we'll have to rely on the Foundation directly, as things are looking a little shaky with the IBC.
You can leave that to me. The other matter I'd like to review is the use of the Orbal Staves and the ARCUS units. Or more specifically, we need to talk about how Class 7 should operate from here on out.
What's she going to do? Give us all a bunch of fancy Orbal weapons? An Orbal katana, maybe?
Setting aside the fact that my daughter is a member of Class 7, I think we need to reconsider how the class should be run, in light of what happened at Guerrilla Fortress. While it certainly proved an excellent chance to see what the ARCUS units are capable of, I have serious doubts about whether we should carry on with these field studies, given the current political climate.
Like, maybe she... guess she really does care for Elisa in her own way, maybe?
It would be difficult to do so, I admit.
Yeah, because if they keep sending them out to field studies, then Elisa's just going to run into more terrorists and stuff.
With the terrorists at large and the problems in Crossbell unresolved, these are uncertain times.
At the very least, I believe it may be in the class's best interest to cancel this month's field study. We could always resume them once the terrorists have been arrested and the situation in Crossbell calms down.
Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world.
I guess Olivia wants
I'm sure you all recognize the words of Emperor Drygles. They become something of a school motto here.
Guess he wants us to go after those terrorists after all.
It's my belief that Class 7's actions at Guerrilla Fortress perfectly embody the spirit of that directive. They stood together to stop a tragedy in the making, and, in a sense, protected the foundation of our world. No one ordered them to do it. They took action of their own free will, because they knew in their hearts what was right. Some might call it recklessness. Some may think it rash. Some may even venture to call it hubris. However, as chairman of this academy, I'm incredibly proud of what the brave young men and women of Class 7 achieved.
Your Highness. Huh.
Troubled times may lay in store for Erebonia, and for the entire continent in the months and years to come. But I believe that makes something like Class 7's field studies all the more significant. The experiences they're having now will help them find the strength and the means to press on through adversity. I can't be the only one who feels this way, can I?
They do seem to be showing remarkable growth. That much is true. Although I have no idea how much my daughter is really capable of, immature as she is.
I could say the same of my hothead of a son.
I do wonder about my brother sometimes.
Your brother's the most OP member of our class.
However, it does seem that enrolling at this academy has helped him start breaking out of his shell.
With the Academy Festival coming next month, we hadn't even planned a field study. So the issue at hand is just whether to hold a field study at the end of this month or not. I'd like to ask those in favor of going ahead with this month's field study to please raise their hands.
I vote for going to Ymir. I want to see Reen's hometown.
All right. I'd like to begin by taking everyone's ideas for our class's part in the school festival.
127th Military Academy Festival.
The festival will run for 2 days next month, the 23rd and the 24th. Equipment setup and the other preparatory work will begin in the afternoon 2 days before the start of the festival. But there's a lot of preparation needed before we get to that point, and the sooner we get that underway, the better.
That's all the more reason to figure out what exactly we want to do. Some of our options include displays, events, stage shows, and cafes. Does that sound right, Crow?
Yeah, though no class I know would settle for just some simple display.
Oh, he has the red uniform now.
I mean, come on, no one ever said, boy, we better rush to get in the line for that display.
Well, either way, I'd like to start by soliciting some ideas from all of you. We're just brainstorming right now, so feel free to say whatever comes to mind.
This is gonna be tough.
Would it kill you all to give just a teensy bit of cooperation?
I know. It's just...
It's kind of hard to focus right now.
You're one to talk, standing up there with your nervous fidgeting.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
The board of directors is in session as we speak, deciding what'll happen to our class.
And those of us with family members who sit on that board probably have even more cause for concern.
You can say that again. We can't even be sure whether there'll be a field study this month.
That's about the long and short of it. With everything that happened during last month's field study, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if they just canceled it.
I can't say I have any particular feelings of attachment to our field studies, but I refuse to accept needless changes to our curriculum, especially with my brother involved in the decision-making process.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Makes sense to me. We also have to account for the fact that going on our field study means that much less time to prepare for the festival. So, as you can see, it presents a bit of a problem.
Man, look at you guys taking this all seriously.
You have an idea?
I probably should have asked a little earlier, but... What's this festival you guys keep talking about?
Wait, seriously?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have gone over that for your benefit.
Every year, the students here organize and put on a school-wide festival. There are stage events, food stalls, and all kinds of things to see and do.
Hey, we have all kinds of recipes, so maybe we should just make a food stall for all the recipes we've ever learned in this game. Yeah, I hope I didn't miss any recipes. I'm pretty sure I got everything.
And it generally falls to each of the first-year classes to provide the main attractions.
Yeah, participating is optional for the second years, since by this point they're usually focusing on their future careers. Oh, and each of the clubs generally get involved too.
Huh, that sounds fun. In that case, we have to do something. We can't just let the other classes roll over us because we're small. You say that, but I've already had one of the girls from Class 1 bluster up to me declaring that this time victory will be all ours.
Ferris.
What?
Obviously.
It must have been Ferris. That sounds exactly like something she'd say.
Well, Class 1 does seem to have had it in for us ever since the midterm results were announced.
If it's all the same, I'd rather not see the House of High Arms claim yet another nominal victory. But we need to account for the fact that our class is markedly smaller than theirs is.
That's certainly true.
It'd help if we at least knew what the other classes are doing.
It kind of seems like everyone's having trouble staying focused.
Come on, everyone, get it together.
Huh?
Instructor Sarah?
Isn't this a self-study period?
Oh, it was. But I thought you all might like to know that the Board of Directors meeting just adjourned a few minutes ago. So I decided to skip along down here and be the first to break the news. Then?
What about our next field study? Are we still on?
The Chancellor's not the only one with a little too much iron in his blood. Because the board voted unanimously to have you continue your field studies.
Yeah, we can't let those terrorists strike us with terror.
So that's how it is.
You know, even though they're always hard work, I actually feel a little relieved.
Considering all that happened last month, we'll need to be especially careful this time around.
Still, it feels like our field studies are a big part of who we are as a class.
Yeah.
They're kind of a pain, but oh well.
We should be grateful to His Highness and the directors.
That's good news.
Seeing the hard road and the easy road, then picking the hard one anyway. That's youth for you.
It also sounded like His Highness and the directors will be taking off in Freedom Corner. So I'll let you guys out of study hall early to go see them if you want.
Oh.
If you say so.
I think I'll take you up on that.
Alright. And looks like Miss Reinford is already about to leave. Seriously? Oh, they all have limos. And there's Mueller. Wonder if he has anything snarky to say to Oliver. Mother! Dad! Marcus, I haven't had the chance to talk with you since the summer festival. Sounds like you were quite the heroes at Guerrilla Fortress. Come on, don't tease us. I'll be the first to admit that we acted rashly. But in the end, I have no regrets. I'm glad to hear it. It's good to see you again. Likewise. May feel so far behind us now. You have questions, no? It's written all over your face. I do. You were in Legram, weren't you, to meet Duke Cayenne? Correct. I was hoping to have time to greet you and your classmates, too. I imagine you would rather he not take too close an interest in you. You imagine right. Still, I'm concerned. What is the House of Alberea playing at? And not just us. What are the 4 great houses and the rest of the noble faction trying to accomplish? Yes, like there's a simple answer. The four great houses aren't as united in opinion as you might think. Even within individual families, there can be disagreements. You know I differ with Father on several issues. Rather than worrying about others' positions, I suggest giving some thought to your own, as a member of the family. I'm surprised you actually managed to make it here. I was expecting a business negotiation to crop up in just the nick of time, like it always does. Time isn't something you make, not something you find. All the more so if you're in a position of responsibility. Bah. Lady Elisa is quite the multitasker herself. You should see her. She has no trouble balancing her time between her studies, training, club activities, and hobbies. Of course she doesn't. I'd be disappointed if she wasn't able to manage at least that much. You need to start using your time more creatively, Elisa, instead of simply doing what's required of you. Ugh. I saw railway guns at Corellia, you know, and I saw what those occupants are capable of. And I can understand why Grandfather regrets ever making them. Do you honestly feel such feelings are necessary? Are you really okay with that? I think the fact that you've seen enough to ask me that now means that deep down you've realized that there's both necessities of this era we live in. Well, the opinion of others are only that. Stop relying on them so much. Observe for yourself and draw your own conclusions. That's what someone who is truly independent would do anyway.
Still, I wasn't expecting to find myself indebted to you again so soon. Without your intervention, the Chancellor and I would have met our maker in Crossbow.
Don't mention it. We're
just relieved you're all okay, Your Highness.
Indeed. I'm glad you were able to focus on making a positive contribution at the conference.
I wish I could tell you that's exactly what I did. I could scarcely find a place to chime in once the Chancellor and the Republic's President got going. Though the Mayor of Crossbell managed to dumbfound even them.
I presume you're referring to his proposal for Crossbell's independence?
Hard to believe it could actually happen.
Well, as long as both Erebonia and Calvard refuse to accept it, the likelihood of it actually happening is incredibly low. Still, they're planning to hold a referendum on the issue to see if the population is in favor of it. So there'll be plenty more chances for disputes to break out over the issue.
Well, neither of them want to lose all that sweet tax revenue from Crossbell. Half of it flows into the provinces too, so like, fat chance the noble faction's gonna take that line down.
Milliam.
I swear, this kid has all the delicacy of a rock to the face.
So you're Milliam, are you? Your name seems to have come up with increasing frequency lately. I was hoping for a chance to see the famous Eric Getlem in action, though.
Oh, sure thing. Come on, Lamp!
What? Is it really alright to summon it here?
Whoa there. Cool your jets.
I'm not sure this is the best place to call out Eric Getlem. Just a hunch.
Lame.
I'm pretty sure most of the school knows about Eric Getlem already. Shouldn't it be okay to summon it? I'm pretty sure that the Board of Directors already knows about it too.
Objection overruled.
That could have gotten messy.
Honestly, it would save us all a lot of trouble if you could just refrain from saying whatever pops into your mind, too.
Fine. Oh, you do get voice, Mueller.
Lame.
Oh, who might you be?
Say, are you from the Vander family? The one who serves as the prince's bodyguard?
Wow, Ring, you're all really on top of things.
Oh, did Neidhart mention me?
The hardest one-on-one boss in the trilogy.
The 7th Armored Division. I was with the Prince at the conference in Crossbell, so I'm in your debt as well. Glad to be able to thank you personally.
The honor is ours, sir.
It's an honor to meet a member of the esteemed Vander family.
Ah, so you're the Radiant Blade Master's daughter. And you must be a practitioner of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style. I'm always happy to meet fellow students of the sword. Oh, and you must be the young man from Nord who my uncle wrote a reference for.
Yes, that would be me. I owe a lot to Lieutenant General Vander.
It sounds like he's in your debt as well, with everything that happened in Nord a few months ago. Well, you all seem like dependable young men and women. Perhaps the prince's idea had some merit to it after all.
Well, you should know he's the type to get serious about politics when it counts.
See? What did I tell you? And it's not just Class 7 either. The whole academy seems so full of life. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to break down social barriers by getting to know all of them in the academy's pool.
If you really want to work up a sweat, I'd be glad to let you run back to Heimdall. You've kept up a good sprint. I'll bet you could even make it in a couple hours.
You'd actually make me do it, too. Cruelty. My name is Mueller.
It's like their hearts practically beat in sync.
Oh man, better tell the Lit Club head about this. Plenty of yaoi material.
One way to look at it. I wonder how long they've known each other.
Well then, I bid you all a fond farewell. I hope we have the chance to meet again soon.
Alright. Any safe opportunity yet? No, it's the 18th. What do we do on that day? 3 days have passed since the board of directors handed down the decision. With assurance that our field studies would continue, we finally turn our attention to the next month's festival. However, losing those couple days at the end of the month meant we had that much less time to prepare. And no matter how much we brainstormed, we couldn't think of any really compelling ideas our small class could pull off. Eventually... Geez, I can't believe we burned through another week already. But hey, at least it's the perfect weather for a weekend out on town. I hope you all enjoy your free day tomorrow. Especially since you've got another practical exam coming up next Wednesday. Who are we gonna fight this time? Maybe we'll finally be able to fight Sarah herself. We are a lot stronger than before, and we're getting pretty close to her level, I think. Well, probably not that close. She was probably holding back in the last field study. You couldn't just let us all have a good weekend, could you? And I just wouldn't be Instructor Sarah if she didn't throw in a little dash of torment. Then we have this month's field study coming up at the end of next week, right? Yep, just like we'd been planning. We have made a few changes to the original itinerary, but nothing major. I'll tell you all about where you're headed after the practical exam, so until then, keep on guessing. Yeah, you don't need to make it into some sort of dramatic revelation. She always does, though. Ooh, I can't wait to find out where we're going to go this time. Oh, and by the way, you guys really need to figure out what you're going to do for the festival next month. First years have to participate, so you can't think of anything, you'll be showing your field study reports instead. What? Oh, that certainly wouldn't be my first choice, or even my fifth. Anyway, that's a wrap for homeroom. If you'll do the honors, Miss Class President. Yes, Instructor. Stand bow. Well, I'm sure she was just joking about putting our field study reports on display. I hope. Either way, we need to figure out what we're doing by the start of next week. That sounds wise, especially considering we have a practical exam on Wednesday and our field study next weekend. If that's how things stand, we should make our goal to at least have some solid ideas by the end of tomorrow. We also need to check out what the art classes are planning. We ended up doing something that was already being done and it would seem totally redundant. Yeah, we should split up and start gathering some info. Remember, we need to find something that'll work with the number of people we've got. Yeah, all the art classes have more than double the manpower we do, easily. They also need to have some pretty grandiose aspirations of that. If greatness were relying on numbers, museums would be full of artwork produced by committee. Mostly some course of action that can turn our lesser numbers to our advantage. Yeah, the question is, what? If we had an easy answer, we wouldn't be spending all this time worrying about it. Hey, I'm getting kind of pumped up. Well, a little inter-class competition never hurt anyone. In fact, it might spice things up a bit. 4 summer uniform and standard uniform. Alright. Looks like everyone got leveled up. Alright. Yes, I did manage to get them all scanned. Our Zephyrantes are a stronger version, huh? They're still weak to the... They still have the same weakness as the AT delay. So that's a relief. They're not actually that much stronger than the other version. Scarlet, on the other hand, yikes. Actually her stats... She has lower stats than the Zephyrantes, but she makes up for it with better speed and ATS, I guess. And a whole chunk of hit points. Alright, Colette, you have a new character page? I'm more interested in the food stalls than anything else this festival has to offer. It's so much fun to go around trying all the food on offer. Hey, my mouth is already watering. Is that actually that was worth a page? Alright, is she in year 1? Yes. Vincent is in the first floor. Wonder if he ran to Margarita again. Ah. Beloved Vincent, where will you be up to during the festival? Wouldn't it be splendid to use the event to spend some quality time together? I'd love nothing more than to spend the festival snuggled up to my darling Vincent. Perhaps we'll stop by my class to see what we're up to. Oh boy. Talk of the festival brings back memories of our play last year. First appearance on stage could be likened to a breathtakingly beautiful butterfly bursting forth from its cocoon. So wonderfully charming I was that ladies in the audience had to shut their eyes to resist swooning over me. Some might say your acting simply put everyone to sleep. His acting last year was truly a sorry sight. One can only hope that our operetta is worlds better. You may be unaware, however, shudder. What is this feeling of impending doom? It's right there! Okay. Those are the only 2 pages I have to worry about. Now, in the library I should be able to find a new book. Erebonia Folklore. The evil dragon, I'm pretty sure we fought that one as a boss. A giant knight. The Immortal King, I'm pretty sure we fought that one before, during the Lohengrin segment. Crimson Devil, a fabled devil said to wield 1,000 weapons. It's wreathed in flames, so only a small number of reports exist. Hopefully can't use all of them at once or just shoot them like Gilgamesh. And the cat's supposed to be here? Yes. How do you get in here? Are you even allowed to be in here? Oh, decided to make a little business academy today, did you? I'm kind of at a loss as to what our class could do for the festival. You wouldn't happen to have any good ideas, would you? Nope. Just kidding. We'll figure something out, probably. Still tsundere! She seems happy. Maybe I'll ring her some another time. Okay. And then there's Crow in the engineering building. He has an optional conversation apparently. Hey Reen. Speaking of the devil, Crow is just talking about you. What's this I hear about you guys struggling with your plans for the Academy Festival? It's embarrassing to say it, but it's true. Well, you've had so much on your plate with field studies, who can blame you? You can start thinking of stuff now that that's all out of the way, though. Good point. It would be nice if you'd actually lend us a hand or come up with something. And if I did, I'd be denying you youngsters a valuable lesson in independence. How can I live with myself? Sounds like Crow's already made himself at home in Class 7. Sure does. In fact, you're getting along so well that I think he should spend another year with them. Hold on, Angelica, you're not seriously hoping I get held back a year, are you? What did I ever do to you? That reminds me, actually. What did you do for last year's festival? We were in different classes, so we all did different things. My class was a little attraction that used some machines I built myself. You certainly showed off your stuff with that, didn't you? Meanwhile, I had the pleasure of playing the leading man in a play we held in the auditorium. Were you in the same class as Vincent? Now that was popular. All the girls went absolutely crazy for her and almost tore the auditorium down. Of course, I had to wait for the sea of admirers to get to my top priority, Toa's class's cat cafe. Just remembering how impossibly cute she was in her cat outfit sends shivers down my spine. Wow, I didn't know you could weaponize cuteness. And not only did Crow take charge by helping out a bunch of different places, he even organized a performance that closed out the festival. You all did a performance together? Yeah, nothing too fancy. Might have been almost as popular as Jellicoe's play though, I don't know. Well, let's not be humble now. It was far and away the most popular event at the festival. The audience was so excited that Toa managed to get over her initial nervousness and get really into it. Now I've got to know what this was. Yeah, maybe I'll tell you about it some other time. Speaking of Toa, actually, you really can't thank you enough for what you did while the trade conference was going on. Huh. I guess that applies to Crow too. I didn't even want to imagine what would happen to her if you hadn't stopped the railway guns. Okay, turn off the waterworks. No need to thank me for helping a buddy. He's right. Besides, it wasn't like we were the only ones involved either. I'm just glad we're all here safe and sound and can joke around about the festival like this. That's all the thanks I need. Even so, thanks, Reen. Good luck on coming up with something. Seconded. If you need us to lend you a hand, just ask. I'll do just that. Alright. Do you have Adamantine Shield yet? Nope. He has some spells here and there, but that's about it. Well, that's strange. This one has less area than the flare bomb. Maybe it has a greater power to compensate. Ragna Vortex. All. Some crazy strong spells here now. Seraphic Ring. Oh. This one seems pretty OP. Just gotta get some EP cuts to compensate for it. Probably need both EP cuts along with the Seraphic Ring. And then, is there a bell for space-type quartz yet? Yeah, that would be the most efficient healing method. Alright, and that seems to be it for the stuff mentioned in the guide. Class 4 plans on opening some kind of cafe for the festival, which I was totally in support of until they decided to use Vivi and me as twin waitresses. I think I'm too shy to be a waitress. Oh no. So me and Linda are gonna be waitresses together? He sure is a market for that. Being twin waitresses sounds pretty good. Now I'm really looking forward to the festival. Anything from you? It's almost time for the Academy Festival. Not that it matters to me. You're welcome to borrow the kitchen if you need it, but other than that, I'm not getting involved. Festivals for the students to organize, not me. Staff only. Anything new from you? Ah, a new Imperial Chronicle. Same weapons as before. Let's see if any. I didn't actually do Machias's event, so let's see if anything changed. Festival sub for the first years can be tough for the first year since they have things to do for their clubs and their class. But that just makes it feel even better when their hard work pays off as something great. It may be tough, but it's all worth it. So I guess that means our chess club survived after all. We're at disadvantage in both class size and preparation time. It might be a struggle to put something worthwhile together. Ideally, we could think up an idea only we could pull off. Yeah, considering they're still using this room, I'm guessing they still have the chess club was not disbanded. That means Machias still managed to beat Eustace somehow. Nobody's gonna want to look at nothing but nature photos. We need some babes in the mix. Thanks to you, Rex, we were able to get plenty of great photos. Now I'm feeling pretty confident about our exhibit at the festival this year. Oh boy. Anything new from you? I ended up in charge of the room design for Class 3's event. I planned it based on a certain haunted house castle famous for its paranormal phenomena. Lohengrin? I do so hope that something excitedly unnatural happens during the festival. Maybe she was the one who summoned all those spirits in Lohengrin. Oh, there's Lake Lord. Nothing I can really get here yet. I already have this equipped on someone. Nothing to see here. See, I still need to talk to the Lit Club. What do you think about the outline I gave you, Dorothy? Well, I like the fact that it's focused on boys' adolescence. But unlike my work, which isn't indulging a lady's fantasies, yours is much more subtle, artful even. This is perfect. This is exactly the kind of thing I've always wanted to read. Phew, thank goodness. Planning on putting together a collection of short stories for the festival next month. At first I was worried about the material the club wanted to include, but I was able to steer them in the right direction. Phew, that's such a relief. I plan a softcore yaoi, basically. I planned a story for an exclusively female audience, but Emma took it and turned it into something with crossover appeal. She's a great writer, so it makes sense that she was able to strike a balance. Alright, and then there's Toa. It sounds like people are talking inside. That's strange. Was this mentioned in the guide? Okay, next on the agenda is the issue of the food and drink stalls. More specifically, how we ensure hygiene standards across all of them. That's a big one, especially with how many non-academy visitors we'll have. Worse yet, Heinrich and some of the other instructors were saying stalls should be banned if we can't take care of them. Right, crazy? We can't possibly ban food and drink stalls at a festival. That's half the fun right there. In that case, we're really going to need each and every student to understand their responsibilities in regards to hygiene. We still got about a month, so if we take the initiative early, what if we discuss this with instructor Beatrix in the infirmary and worked with her? That seems like a good way to do it. Sounds good to me. No objections here. It's settled then. I'm sure if we work together, everything will be fine. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. She seems really busy. I was hoping to ask her about what Class 7 could do for a festival. Today definitely does not seem like the right time. Maybe tomorrow. Alright. What are you up to, Eustace? I had planned questioning my brother about the noble faction's intentions while he was here for the board meeting. However, he managed to definitely dodge my queries and avoid anything even remotely resembling an answer. That means they're definitely up to no good. There's definitely something odd going on with them, the noble faction I mean. I even heard rumors suggesting that they're linked to the terrorists. At any rate, it's our responsibility as nobles to do all we can to understand what's really going on. Their life here at the Academy, particularly our field studies, provides us the perfect opportunity to do so. I agree. We pretty much locked down our festival plans over in Class 5. I'm thinking about helping out the riding club instead though. Mainly because I like to put the things I learned here to use. Simply perfect, Whitcomb. The festival shall go splendidly if you keep up this pace. Alright. Gymnasium. I wonder what Alan is up to. You still have a long way to go, Alan. I get that you're focused on the festival right now, but you can't use that as an excuse to slack off. I felt like I was scoring off against a demon just now. Rita transforms into some kind of monster if you put a sword in her hands. But I won't give up, not after a promise I made to Bridget. Oh man, I hope I don't have to fight a second year or third year anytime soon. One day. Hello, Schwarzer. I've been hearing rumors that Class 7 still hasn't decided what to do for the festival. Do tell me they're untrue. I wish I could, but they're true. How about your class? Decision already made? Huh, you should have expected no less. Not only that, we started our preparations and even organized a practice schedule. Needless to say, things are proceeding very smoothly for us at the moment. Wow, that's really impressive, especially a month ahead of time. That's not to say I don't have concerns, however. I come from one of the 4 great houses, meaning that rumors have been spreading about my family and their plans. This is exacerbated by the fact that I find the rumors unbelievable. My family may well be up to something in secret. Don't tell me they're part of the noble faction's plans concerning the terrorists. Patrick. They're only rumors. At the moment, it's our priority to fulfill our duty to this academy. Which means you need to hurry up and decide upon an idea, understood? Will do. Good luck with whatever your class is up to as well. Damn, she's not holding back, is she? Still, the first years have gone pretty good. They're holding their own. It sounds like you're under the impression you won't be joining us. As luck as have it, you're actually up next. Get over here. Uh-oh. And see, I already talked to the people in the student union. Oh yeah, I still need to talk to Laura. Ugh. Man, summer just flew by. We need to get used to swimming in the cold and fast. Especially since it's going to be like this all the way up until next summer. You know, I would have expected that icy winter wear would be a sign for the swimming club to take a break. But nope, guess we gotta suck it up and carry on some twisted academy tradition. As someone with a crappy blower-style cooler, I welcome the cold weather. Even if it makes me cough a lot, at least I don't have to worry about overheating as much. Guess I better get used to swimming in the cold so I don't get sick or anything. Today, I'd like you to try the butterfly stroke. Really? Isn't that a little advanced? Don't worry, it takes some getting used to, but I'm sure you'll be able to manage. If you put in the time to practice every day, you'll have it down faster than you think. I've decided what we're going to do for the festival soon. I'll see if any ideas come to me while I swim. Laura's as strict as ever when it comes to practice. Hey, I can't deny that she makes me want to work even harder though. Rooftop. Where'd she go? Seeing Mother at the meeting convinces me more than ever she'll never change. I still can't believe she's been on the board of directors this whole time. Well, the revelation did kind of come out of nowhere. Did you manage to talk to her at all? Technically, yes. She has a way of saying all the things I don't want her to say, though. Elisa. Sorry, don't worry about it. No sense dwelling on the past when we've got plans to make for the festival. I don't want her laughing at me for going on about being independent and then not being able to make one simple decision. Yeah, you're right. We should figure out our festival plans for now. And maybe sometime down the line, I'll actually get a proper conversation with my mother. Okay, in this room... Oh, I still need to give you my bad dishes. Pampering rice. Oh, gift. EP charge free. It's possible I'd like to guide some children from the town for the festival. My Rosine, you're certainly jumping into the sister lifestyle with both feet, aren't you? Well, I see no issue with that, so go round up those kids and bring them along. What a relief. Thank you so much, instructor. Not at all, not at all. Keep up the good work at church. Try and come up with an idea for the festival soonish, okay? So I guess that's easier said than done. What's with the board's decision to go forward with your next field study? I know, we're pretty limited on time we can devote to brainstorming. Well, either way, better to have a few ideas knocking around sooner instead of waiting till the last minute. The longer you take, the more of the Vice Principal's angry ranting we'll have to endure. We'll do everything we can. The Epstein Foundation saying that they found a vulnerability in their main OS. It might be in ours too, actually. I'll have to take a look and fix it up if I find it. Never really mentioned this, but you're pretty amazing with computers, Instructor Makarov. I guess. It's all such a pain, though. I'd really rather not have to do this stuff. The first board of directors meeting went rather well, though I was surprised to hear that they won't be canceling your field studies. A reckless decision, if you ask me. Just what they plan on doing should any incidents occur off campus. Hello, Instructor Nightheart. Glad to see you made it back to the Academy. Indeed, all matters relating to the attack on Guerrilla Fortress have been taken care of, so I am free to return. I apologize that I was unable to teach you for such an extended period of time. Don't worry, Instructor Sarah did a fine job of filling in for you. Is that so? I'll be sure to thank her later. Not the type to leave stuff unpaid, is he? Alright, Principal. Got everything except heroism. Technically I have the free medals, so will he give me anything? No, I guess not. I guess no rewards yet. Oh well. Uh-oh, my phone. What are you two up to? Coming up with a good idea for us to do for the festival is a lot harder than I thought it'd be. Honestly, I'm starting to think that some kind of display wouldn't be that bad, at least in principle. It wouldn't, but that's the go-to idea for so many of the culture-related clubs. And I think beyond the visitors enjoying it, we should do something we enjoy putting together too. True enough. A display-type exhibit would always work in a pinch, but it wouldn't be something we get excited about. Agreed. Now that you say that, I'm wondering what we could do that we would enjoy working on. We never had customs like this in Nord, so it might take a while for me to come up with any useful ideas. I just came up with a good idea. Oh, let's hear it. A shooting gallery using real bullets. The only problem is that you'd put a hole in your prize. Oh, that's the only problem? Then, yeah, that would never fly in the Academy grounds. Or do they not have BB guns in this world? Dang. What about you? Seems like most clubs already have their plans for the festival sorted out. What if we're the only ones who haven't decided on anything yet? We really need to hurry and figure out what we're gonna do. Yeah, every group project, every class project I'm in, my team is always the last to get anything done. Always. It's like I'm cursed. Maybe I'm just dragging the whole team down. That bodes poorly for my future. My class has the coolest idea for the festival, but they're all so mean. You break everything you touch, they said. For little ideas, please, just sit still, they said. I mean, come on. Can you believe that? Sure, I'm a tad accident prone, but they're completely ignoring how helpful I am. And her flute spontaneously explodes in a blaze of glory. I saw Alan heading toward the fencing club earlier. He had this look of determination lately. It's as if he's trying to do whatever it takes to change himself and get stronger. It took a while, but my arms suddenly all healed up. I can finally play the violin again pain-free. It's been so long that I forgot how relaxed I feel while playing it. Alright. Home ec. William's probably testing out the food. Did she join this club? When you end up joining the cooking club, William? Not that long ago. I figured I'd get to eat all kinds of tasty stuff here. Just remember it's the cooking club, not the eating club. Don't worry, I'm making stuff too. I made this stove blow up the other day. Oh boy. Cooking's actually pretty fun. I can even let Lammy help me with pounding and flattening ingredients. Please don't do that. Or Amelia, we might want to try being a little more gentle. Putting too much strength into it will ruin the whole thing. I gotcha, I know what I'm doing. I was feeling she doesn't. I have no issue with William taking an interest in cooking. What does concern me, however, is that she seems to be completely ignoring all my advice. Ideas save us. I'd all but given up on the idea anyone knew would join our club, and then along came William. She's every bit as creative with her cooking as Margarita too. I really couldn't be happier. He's way too optimistic. Alright, I think that's everyone important. Yeah, I guess so. Hey Monk, guess what kind of sticker I got? This festival couldn't be more of a material goldmine if it were handcrafted by Ideos herself. Hey, you should have heard the guys and girls arguing about our plans. It got really heated. Thanks for the material, everyone. Oh, read my way. I'm counting on you to cause some trouble again, too. Maybe I missed my chance to show off the sticker to him. Maybe I could only do it during the previous departure for the school trip. Shoot. Well, that's unfortunate. As expected, they're doing food stalls. Since we have our respective classes to assist, I propose that we do our food stall preparations on our free days. Alright, we'll meet here at 5 in the morning. Alternatively, how about that we don't? Yes, good comeback, mate. Good comeback, mate. Good to see you're getting used to that. Cannot believe it. Hugo the Wii ticket can actually make some comebacks now. Almost brings a tear to my eye. Becky, something tells me your praise is being a little fastidious. Becky's brain remains an enigma to me. I suppose that whimsy is one of her good points. Alright, that should be enough for now. Time to go back to the dorm surreal. Should I go back to the dormitory? Yes, I've done all I could, I think. Huh?
Insects, huh? Well, it is fall, I guess. Hard to believe I've already been here half a year. The festival used to seem so far off, and now it's just next month.
I wonder if we're gonna get a conclusion to that swimming exercise Nightheart had for us. Maybe in the next chapter?
The past 6 months really have flown by.
Huh? Is that you, Reed?
Toa! It looks like her meeting is done.
Toa? Hey there. Haven't seen you out and about too much lately. I thought you were still stuck in today's student council meeting.
I'm surprised you heard about it. We just finished up a little while ago. So I thought that was a nice point to call it a day.
I see. Did you guys discuss the Academy Festival?
Yep. We've still got a lot we need to nail down before next month to keep the preparations running smoothly. There's enough to discuss that we're actually meeting again tomorrow.
Sounds like work's really keeping you busy then. By the way, have you figured out what you'd like me to help you with tomorrow? I'll even take the tasks now if you have them handy.
Oh, I usually sort those out before I go to bed. I guess I could go over them now, but there's some shopping I really need to do. Sorry, is it okay if I give them to you tomorrow morning like usual?
It's totally fine.
Ring, there's something I want to tell you, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to say it, but...
Why aren't you doing more of my my bonding events? That's probably what you want to say, or not.
Everyone from Class 7 to know how grateful I am for what you did at Corellia Fortress.
Oh. It's fine, really. We've gotten plenty of rounds of thanks for it already. We just kind of ended up in the wrong place at the right time. We were lucky the instructors were there, and...
That doesn't change the fact that you saved my life. I wasn't on the same floor where the conference was being held, but if a shot from the railway guns had hit Orcus Tower, I doubt I'd be standing here today.
Toa, I'm just glad you're safe.
Thanks. Anyway, I feel like I'm just kind of babbling on and repeating myself now, so I'll stop myself here.
Huh. She's awfully conscientious, isn't she? Oh, you said you were on your way out to do some shopping, right? Is there a lot on your list?
Well, a pretty good amount, I suppose. Oh, and I just remembered I need to pick up that stuff at the bookstore, too. Then after I get everything I need at the general store, I might have to make a trip back here to drop it off.
You could do that. Or I could come along with you and help carry all those bags. So how about it? No strings. I just feel like you could use a hand.
Oh no, there's no way I could drag you along on all my errands. I mean, sure, it'd be a big help, but I just feel so bad asking you to do it. Ugh, that makes it sound like deep down I secretly want you to come, and that's not...
I'm taking a screenshot of that. Now I kind of wish I did all her events.
Well, if it eases your conscience, there's actually something I need your advice on. It's about my class and what we can do for the upcoming festival.
General goods. Oh man, what? Reen, you're gonna need to grow some extra arms at this rate. Holy crap.
That should be everything.
If only they had shopping carts or something. Oh no.
Wow, is it this late already?
I guess the sun has started setting a little earlier lately. Still, I had no idea you came here often.
Well, Mick is always able to get stuff you can't buy anywhere else. He's my go-to guy when there's something I can't get at the Academy store. Like fireworks to use in school events. I think we even asked him for a penguin costume once, and he actually got it.
I wonder how much old stuff I could get off of him. Like if I missed up. Some people say you can actually get you can actually get Red Moon Rose books from him if you're lucky. I don't know how that works though.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a pretty unique shopping list.
Uh-huh. Wait! How did you end up with all those bags? Oh no, I'm so sorry. Here, give me some of those.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
Yeah, he has like 900 strength. It'll work out.
You're carrying plenty as it is.
Sorry, Rain. Well, how about we take a break in the rest area over there? I'll buy you a coffee or something. You wanted to ask me something about the Academy Festival too, right? Ooh, yeah. That does sound like a problem. Well, your class doesn't have enough people to do anything that involves large-scale equipment or decorations. You all could get together and run a little cafe without any problems, if you all wanted to do something like that.
I'd thought about it, yeah. Still, if we're going to do something, I at least want it to be as impressive as what the other classes are doing.
Feeling a little competitive, aren't we, Reen? Well, you have enough people to put on a play or run a game tournament. But other first-year classes have already applied to do both of those.
It's hard to come up with unique ideas.
I see.
At least it's not a programming assignment. A lot of times we'll end up biting off more than we can chew when we try to come up with features and stuff. It's a lot harder to implement than it looks, right?
I don't really want to copy an idea another class is already doing. Actually, didn't you, Crow, Angelica, and George use the stage for your exhibit last year?
You heard about that? How much do you know?
Not too much. All of them seemed to dance around the details. One thing they all agreed on, though, was that it was a real hit.
Me and my big mouth. You really want to know?
If you don't mind telling me, anyway. Who knows? It might help me think of something Class 7 could do.
Well, if you insist, I can't turn down a chance to help a sweet, fledgling first year, especially after how much you helped me. I'll reach down to my toes and muster every last bit of courage to tell you.
Thanks. Was it some kind of traumatic experience or something?
Well, in short, we put on a musical performance. A little concert of sorts, you could say.
Wow, really? I wouldn't have expected that from you guys. So you can play an instrument then?
I am afraid not.
Then did she sing?
That's how I got stuck being the singer. Angie, Crow, and George all played for the show, though.
Wow, that actually sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. If we put on a musical show, I'm sure Elliot would be a big help.
But he already has his own music club, right?
So what kind of music was it? Classical? Folk? Show tunes?
Rap?
Well, it's hard to describe, but it was passionate? Really modern.
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
Well, it's not really a genre that's caught on in the Empire yet. You definitely wouldn't hear it played in Heimdall's Opera House, that's for sure.
Huh?
Oh.
Alright. Do you have some free time tomorrow evening? If you can't come until after you're done exploring the old schoolhouse, that's okay with me.
Tomorrow evening? Yeah, I should be free. Should I meet you in the student council room?
Oh no. Can you go to the computer room in the main school building?
Oh, maybe she has old footage of the event.
Sure thing. Does this have something to do with the concert you held last year?
You'll just have to find out tomorrow night. Anyway, sorry to keep asking favors of you, but would you mind coming to the lower class dormitory with me? If we stay out here much longer, we're going to miss dinner at the dorms.
You have a point. But really, I'm fine with all the bags. Just leave the heavy lifting to me.
You're so stubborn.
Progressive chaos. I guess hang out in the dormitory. Alright, Crow, you in there? I'm looking forward to seeing what crazy idea you decide upon. I can't help you out too much though. Having someone as brilliant as me on your side already feels like stacking the deck. Fair enough, we'll figure out something on our own. That aside, feels like you guys have finally gotten used to having me around. Guess that means I can finally take it easy. I guess so, Machias is still adjusting to your antics, I think. But to me, you've always been a little too lax to fit the image of the model upperclassman. I mean, now that you've got the red jacket and everything, I might even forget you were ever a second year. Ouch! Man, that one might have hit a little too close to home. I'm just messing with you. Anyway, good luck coming up with something interesting. Old Crow will be here looking out for all you tender first years. I wonder if we'll ever meet the NPC who's on his pinup poster. That would be extremely awkward. The things we can pull off with just the number of people we've got in Class 7 are kind of limited, huh? Personally, I'd like it if we did something music related, but that might be too much of a stretch. That reminds me, Toa mentioned that she was involved in some kind of concert for last year's festival. Maybe she'll have some good ideas for us when I go see her tomorrow evening. Helping my club prepare for the festival while trying to brainstorm an idea for our class is proving to be a challenge. We'll have to divide up our time wisely to make sure everything goes well. Well, I don't have any clubs to worry about, so I'll devote my extra time to finding a good idea for us. Well, at least I don't have to feel so bad about passing up your bonding event. You didn't need my help much at all. You still won. You say that, but I get the feeling you're even busier than the rest of us. The idea of an academy holding its own festival is pretty new to me. We did have seasonal festivals in Nord, though, so maybe it's like those. I don't doubt that coming together to put on a festival that everyone in the school can enjoy will be a lot of fun. Now, we just need to think of something our class can do for it. I'm planning on inviting my family to the Academy Festival. Now, we just need to think of something our class can do. I'm certain my brother has much on his mind, but shaming him for a lack of creativity simply isn't an option. We must come up with an idea befitting our class and status. Wow, he's really serious about this. Bringing shame to my brother for a lack of creativity simply isn't an option. Alright. Anyone downstairs? Maybe the teacher? Oh, the cat's here. Selena's here too. Huh, you've been coming around pretty often these days, huh? I guess you must really like whatever Sharon's been making for you. Meow. Can't make a good meow sound. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. You've got your next field study and your practical exam coming up too, so the sooner you think of something the better. If you really can't think of anything, you can always just post up your field study reports and call it a day. And win the award for the most boring event ever? Not on my watch. We only have one chance to enjoy the festival as first years after all. Good, you do understand. We came back enjoying the festival for all it's worth. I'm looking forward to see what you all dream up. Any hints for the festival? Chairman say that she has high hopes for the Academy Festival. Visitors will be coming from all different regions, so it will be quite stimulating for the economy, she says. Oh. See, of course she's also looking forward to your performance as well. I'm tingling with anticipation myself. With the chairman and I have high hopes for the festival. Wish you all luck in finding a suitable idea. Alright. Yeah, that's all for this floor. Hey, Milliam, any ideas? People keep telling me that festivals are all about the good stalls. I wonder what kind of tasty stuff they'll have. Well, there's nothing wrong with being excited for them, but we should probably focus on an idea for our class right now. I know. Festivals are all about food stalls. Alright. I'll try asking my club mates about their festival plans later. But Ferris is an upper class student and the other two are second years, so I'm sure they've got something amazing up their sleeves. Who wants to bet their answers are only going to depress me? Yeah, we don't exactly have a lot of options either. Still, I'm sure we'll come up with something we can really be proud of. Yeah, you're right about that. Try asking everyone in the lacrosse club about their plans. Let's see if we can find something that'll be perfect for our class. Yeah, I guess I'll go straight to bed tonight. Easier to come up with ideas when you're well rested. That's true. But that raises a question. With all the naps you take, how are you always so tired? Years of experience. Oh, right. That makes sense. It's easier to come up with ideas after getting some good sleep. Yawn. Night. My club isn't meeting for practice tomorrow, so I should spend the day pondering an idea for the festival. I also made arrangements with Sharon to teach me too. Oh, where are you planning on having her teach you? It's nothing too important, don't worry about it. The idea involving the pool might not go over all that well now that summer has passed. There's no club practice to attend tomorrow, so maybe I should spend the day pondering an idea for the festival. What's wrong, Emma? Oh, sorry, I guess I've been feeling rather out of it lately. Maybe it's because I've been so focused on coming up with ideas for a literature club's short story collection. Should take the chance to get some good rest tonight then. And that's exactly what I intend to do. The literature club may be keeping me busy, but I'm still trying to think up some ideas for our class can do. I hope one of us comes up with a surefire idea soon. Alright, time to go. Should I call it a day? Wait, better save first, just in case. Should I call it a day? Yes. Sunday, free day. Let's see what requests we have this time. Old Schoolhouse mystery as usual. Good Mr. Schwarzer, we have come to an amusing juncture at which, even were I to submit a blank request form, you would naturally assume my intent to be an investigation of the old schoolhouse, and so it is once again. Personal request. Rena, I have a favor. I have to ask you to do me a favor. I'll be in the training hall on the first floor of the gym. If you come, be prepared. For battle, probably. Oh boy. Does Reen even stand a chance against a second year, a unique NPC at that? I'm thinking about making some food as a present for someone, but I don't know what to make. It's gotta be something that screams me, you know. I think I'll need someone's help to figure it out. If you got a stomach of steel and can help me out, meet me in the cafeteria kitchen in the student union. Mint. A request from Angelica. If she put it indirectly, I guess it doesn't have anything to do with the orbital bike. But it says to come prepared. Wondering what that's all about. Let's see. We've got the usual letter from the principal and the others a request or help making a dish. And then there's this evening. Me told up in the computer room. I'm curious what she has to show. I guess right now I should just focus on the tasks I got here. Well, we've got a nice fall day on our hands, and it looks like this weather's going to stick around for a while. My first 3 days since we switched back to the long sleeve uniforms too. Better roll up those sleeves and get to work. Okay, save. Alright, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe.